first question. When did your idea to come up with your own brand?
Well, it was the reason I joined this college. It was always there. That's the whole point, I think, for me. If I'm going to be a designer, then I would like to come up with my own collection and do my own work and be my own boss.
What inspires you to work for men, and what are your ideas towards?
Street people, India, majorly. I love how the beggars dress over here. I think they're more fashionable than a lot of the models that we see or the, fashion shows. I love how they combine. It's like the jugaad system in India, right? So you find anything and you put it together, and you make it work, and that's what they do.
So you're basically inspired by the everyday person in India.
Yes.
And what does your brand exactly focus on?
It focuses on loving yourself. It focuses on being yourself, loving yourself for who you really are.
Is that the reason why your brand is named Men?
That's what we're concentrating. And to find yourself within the clothing. It's not the clothing that defines you, it's you that defines the clothing. That's what we are told fashion. What you wear shows is what you are. It shouldn't be that way. It's who you are that shows.
So what kind of clientele do you have right now?
Right now I have it's sort of like a mix. You could say I don't really have just one sort of clientele. It's a lot of people from Goa. I have a few clients in Germany and a few in Delhi as well, but it's usually the Firangs in India that tend to really like the collection, and
because it is very unique.
Exactly. I think it captures India in a way that I see India, and maybe it's similar to how they see India. So, and also it's comfortable. It's easy to wear. It's something that you can cope up in the heat in India.
Exactly. My next question is that India is a very tropical country, and the seasonal changes are extreme. There's winter and some extremes. There's summer the extremes. So what kind of materials do you use, keeping in mind the climate around that?
I majorly work with cotton.
Only cotton.
Majorly cotton. Because of it being a natural fiber and you feel comfortable in it. Comfort is my number one thing. I think it's important to be comfortable in your skin, so it's important to be comfortable in your clothes.
So what according to you, if you had to define a mere woman, someone dressed in your brand, someone who you think, okay, this woman, she's wearing this, I could count her as part of my brand. Who do you think that would be ideally?
Like a celebrity? Or
No. Your own thinking.
She's a confident woman who doesn't need her clothes to define her as such. She can pull off anything she likes because she's comfortable in her own skin. She loves herself. She works, she takes care of the home, she takes care of herself and has enough time for herself as well. And she loves life.
Okay, so basically this is a strong, independent woman who's coping up with the world and still concentrating on her own self.
Yes.
Okay. So talk about your life in IIM. How was it and how it's affected your brand?
There was a major reason why I chose IIM and not any other college. Like, I was getting a scholarship at Pearl, and then I was I went to Chennai, to the Jaipur one and the Delhi one, and I didn't really feel connected. I think it's important to feel connected to the place, and so this was a new area where I felt that I could push as much as I like. That there's no boundary over here. It's not, this is the syllabus and that is what we will do. We will not do anything more than that.
So basically you felt more comfortable and you felt that there were lesser boundaries out here, so you could expand yourself.
Yeah, and that's what fashion is about not having the boundaries.
But what is your personal style? Is it a part of men or is something different, or is it really just the same thing?
Part of it is men. But I think once you are creating a brand, you're sort of limited in some ways because
you have to think of other people.
Exactly, and also you have to think about, one person, you could be happy at one time and feel in a certain zone and want to wear a certain kind of clothes, but you could be like really sad or angry or whatever. So you tend to dress up different at that point in time. But I can't put that into this at the moment. So now I have sort of three lines. One is the Meh Indian, which is the current collection, which is going pretty okay for now, where it's the comfortable clothing. Now I'm coming out with a collection for college girls, which is going to be, because in college I was like that, and now I feel like, I think it's part of growing up where you sort of stabilize a bit. So I want to bring back the college side of me, which was very gothic, which was very crazy at times, like shaving off your head at times, or I had this point where my foot was like filled with pajamas, or this like a funkier side, which just said I don't really give. So you go ahead, judge me. It doesn't really matter to me. So that's the college fun side. And then I'm working with a third one, which is a lot more mature than these two, where I'm working with artisans in Kutch, and they're developing fabric for me at this moment as well. And I'll be sort of helping them out, putting their work in front through me.
Okay, now that you've spoken about all this, what I was thinking was, Meg, you're talking about your brand is sort of very everyday.
Right.
It is very
Fashion.
comfortable. It is very, but is it also a luxury brand in any case, or can someone wear it to an event, a formal event, and feel, oh my god, this is really me?
That's the whole point about when I said she's comfortable in her own skin. It's an everyday wear. I don't want to be considered in the whole luxury brand because I'm not fascinated with fashion because of glamour. I actually really don't like it much. The whole glamorous part, I find it fake, and I believe in sort of finding more of yourself. And so you could wear this to an event, you could wear it to a show, just because you're comfortable in it.
And you have your own personality to work it through.
Exactly.
So what is your message to the future kids who might enroll in IIM or who already are in IIM?
I'd say explore yourself. This is the place to explore yourself.
No limitations, no boundaries.
No limitations, no boundaries. Explore yourself, because once you explore yourself, only then do you know what you're good at, what you're bad at, your strengths, your weaknesses, and don't be afraid to be judged. It's okay. People want to talk. Let them